Hey guys, welcome back. Today on The Untidy Artist, we're making a moss garden, also known as a moss terrarium. This fun project is really easy to put together, and they're all also very, very easy to take care of. So if you're looking to add a little springtime into your house, this is a perfect way to do it. Let's grab some supplies and get started. The first thing you'll need is some moss. Now, if you're lucky enough to live somewhere wooded that has moss, you can definitely use that. You want to make sure that you're not taking it from a place that you shouldn't be taking the moss from. I actually don't have any beautiful lush moss like this around me, and so I ordered mine off of Etsy, and I was really happy with my order. I got a whole bunch of it, enough to do a lot of moss projects. I will put a link below to where I got mine. There are also a lot of other very lovely places that you can purchase moss on Etsy. The next thing you'll need is a container. Now you can do these open so they don't have a lid. I prefer doing them with a lid. It just seems to create a better environment for the moss. I'm also going to be using some Rain X glass cleaner. This will help the inside of the glass to not fog up and just make it prettier. I'm going to be using some rocks. Moss will actually grow on just about anything, but I wanted to give this kind of a earthy layered look, and so I'll be using rocks. I've got some activated charcoal. Now I found this at my local pet store. You don't have to use this part is optional. What it will do is it will help to keep the water fresh in your terrarium. And then I'll be using just a little bit of dirt on top of the rocks and the activated charcoal just to give something for the moss to set on. I have some fun things to add to my terrarium. I've got some rocks that we collected off of a vacation and some shells that we found on a trip to California. You can also add any fun little trinkets. I've got a cute little turtle and a unicorn here, or a Pegasus. And then I've got these fun mushrooms that I made. I actually will be posting a tutorial soon on how to make little polymer clay mushrooms and also some little flowers. And then I've got some just water in a squirt bottle. And this is going to help us water our terrarium and keep it happy. So the first step is to clean out your container. And like I said, I will be using the Rain X glass cleaner to make the inside nice and clear so it doesn't get foggy. If you don't have that, it's absolutely fine. Just make sure that you're using a clean container. Now I'm going to fill up my container about a third of the way, maybe even about a half of the way with some rocks. Make sure that you don't just dump them in because you don't want to break the glass. So I just carefully added my rocks into my container. And you can see it goes about a third of the way up. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of my activated charcoal. Once again, this is optional. What this does is it helps keep your terrarium fresh. It helps to clean the water as the water filters through the dirt and the activated charcoal and down to the rocks. It keeps it smelling nice and fresh. So if you don't have the activated charcoal, it's totally fine. I prefer using it because I do like what it does for my terrarium. Then I'm adding just a little sprinkle of dirt across the top of my rocks, just because I love how I wanted it to look like a garden, so I wanted that little bit of dirt. You could actually put the moss directly on the rocks. I liked the idea of adding the little bit of dirt. And I'm going to press that down. And the next step is to grab your moss. Now I just kind of pulled it apart. You can trace an outline around it and then stick the entire thing in. I broke it into smaller parts and just carefully started putting it inside of my glass container and arranging it as I went until I got the look that I liked. Now you can gently pull the moss apart, and I definitely had enough to do a lot of terrariums. I thought this would be a very fun thing to decorate for Easter. I have a fun Easter moss terrarium tutorial coming up, and where the moss that I ordered came with different types of moss, I added a few different types of the moss to create some variation and just a different look inside of the terrarium. So after you've gone through and made sure that your terrarium is filled with moss, gently press it down, and then you're going to decorate it. So I gently press it down with my hand, just kind of pressing it into the dirt. And then I took this little rock that is my son's. He collects rocks, and I thought it just looked really nice in there. And then I have some little mushrooms, and I'm going to add some little mushrooms just randomly here and there inside my little terrarium. Next, I'm going to grab a spray bottle and lightly spray the inside of my terrarium. You don't want to drench it on the inside. You just want it to be a little bit damp, and to care for your terrarium anytime it's starting to look a little bit dry, just spray it with a little bit more water. These are super easy to take care of. And that's it, guys. You have a very springy and fun pop of green to add into your decor. These are super easy to take care of. I have really enjoyed doing terrariums. I have a lot of other terrarium tutorials. I have one for a cactus and succulent terrarium and also a tropical terrarium. I did both of these videos about a year ago, and all of my terrariums are thriving beautifully. So if you don't feel like you have a green thumb and you want to get started out doing something that's going to stay green and beautiful but that's simple, I would suggest any of these tutorials. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please post those below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. That would be amazing. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it. And as always, thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. I do have a lot of great videos coming up. I appreciate everyone's patience and support. And thanks, you guys. We'll see you next time.